morning, everybody, and welcome to another lesson. Now, what are we going to talk about today? Today, we're going to talk about these things over here. Now, what are they? They are fossils. Repeat after me. Fossil. One more time. Fossil. Okay, so what exactly are fossils? Well, fossils are the remains of animals or plants created many years ago, sometimes millions of years ago, when the animal died and got buried. Now, how exactly does an animal turn into a fossil? Well, for that, I've got a little clip for you to watch. Here we go.
Here's a step-by-step guide to becoming a fossil. Step 1. Die. Once you are dead, your remains may be scavenged by other organisms. Step 2. Get buried fast. If you are buried rapidly, your remains won't completely decay or be carried away by scavengers. Your best bet for rapid burial is to die near or in a river, lake, or ocean, where water can deposit sediment over you. Step 3. Soak in groundwater for a long time. Groundwater contains minerals. Over time, dissolved minerals can harden after filling in cavities in your skeleton, or the water can dissolve your skeleton, leaving only minerals in its place. Either way, your skeleton will turn to stone, and you'll be a fossil. Step 4. Wait to be exposed. As the years go by, if you're lucky, sea levels can fall or rock can erode and expose you. Then, if your luck holds out, you might get spotted by a fossil hunter and wind up in a museum collection where scientists can study you to learn about evolution.
Okay, so now you have learned how fossils are created. Now, what do you say we're gonna make our own fossils today? And maybe you can do this at home as well. Just ask mom or dad to help you with this. So we're gonna make our own fossils. Now, of course, we do not have a million years to wait for our fossil to be created. So we're gonna make a fake fossil out of plaster. So if you just sit right there, I'll be right back to show you how we make our fossil. Okay, so you're here to make your own fossil. Now, what do we need to make our fossil? Now, first we need to make something we're going to make a fossil out of. You can use like a hard plastic dinosaur toy or a leaf, but I'm going to use these. I'm going to use some shells like these. Okay, so I have my shells that I'm going to make my fossils out of. Then, what else do I need? I need some clay or Play-Doh, like this. Then, of course, to make the actual fossil, we're going to need some of this, some plaster. And we're going to mix the plaster with some water. And to mix it in, we're going to use this little bowl over here. Okay, so how exactly are we going to make our fossil? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this piece of clay over here. We're going to flatten it out a bit. And then we're going to push our shell in it. So let's find a nice, beautiful shell. Ooh, that one is very beautiful. I'm not sure if that one will come out right though. I am just going to use a shell, a normal shell like this. And I'm going to push it in the clay like this. So now it should look like that. You see that? Okay. Let's try that again. Let's try and do that a little bit better this time. Let's make it nice and big, like this. And make sure it's all flat. again, I'm going to push in my shell. You know what? I'm going to change mine to a different shell. I'm going to use this shell over here. Let's push it in all the way. Oh, that one looks better. Look at that. Okay, so now I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. And I'm going to use the rest of my clay to make a little wall around it. So I'm going to make a little wall around my fossil like this. Let's push that all together properly. Until we have something like that. So we've got a little wall around our fossil. This is where we're going to put our plaster. Okay, so let's put our fossil aside for a second. Okay, so now let's add our plaster into the mixing bowl like this. Let's put a little bit more. Okay, I think that's too much, but it's better to have too much than not enough. Now slowly add the water. You don't want to add too much water in one time. Okay, don't think that's enough water just yet. No, it's not. Add some more water. I'm going to mix this up. Add some more. And remember, just add your water slowly. You don't want to add too much water because you can't take the water out, but you can put more water in. Alright, that's starting to look pretty good. See, so I'm mixing this up like this until it starts to look like that. And I'm going to pour it into my fossil like this. Alright, that looks pretty good. Now you might want to let it bounce on the table a couple of times to get those air bubbles out. And now we're just going to wait. So we're not going to wait here the whole time because it takes a long time to dry. So I'm going to leave this here and I'll come back when it's dry. So see you later.
2 hours later.
Okay, and we're back again, and our fossil should now be dry. So what we're going to do now is we're going to slowly take off that clay, like so. Let's have a look what our fossil looks like. Oh, that looks nice. Let's have a look at that. See that? A fossil. Now, what you could do to make it look even better, because this is very white for a fossil, and fossils are generally not that white. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a tea bag like this, just a normal tea bag, add some water, and just dip that tea bag with the water over the fossil like this. To give it a little bit more of a natural color. Okay. Alright, so let's have a look. Let's wash off this tea. There we go. That looks a lot better. That looks a lot more like a real fossil. There you go. Now you have your own fossil. Okay, so now you've learned how to make your own fossil. I hope you had fun today, and I hope you liked the experiment. And we will see each other again next time. Bye bye!